So remember, what you're going to do is, first of all, calculate the year that you're going to be 20 years old. Choose one of the social issues that was listed. Tell me whether it's going to be solved and what's it going to take to solve that particular social issue. Before we do that, let's just go down the list, and I'm going to randomly pick out one or two, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. Remember, we said the first one we have on our list is vaccines. And my question to you is, why do you think vaccines has become such a huge issue in 2021, particularly the COVID vaccine? Why is it such a big deal? Why are people so angry about this whole vaccine situation? Come on, talk to me.
Because a lot of people don't want to get vaccinated because they think that they are gonna have, like, the government is going to have the power to do what they want with their body or something like that. And also because the COVID vaccine, uh, uh, the COVID vaccine, uh, we got social issues as corruption with COVID vaccine when they buy it.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so who has another reason? Why has it become such a big fight? People don't want to get vaccinated, even though allegedly, go ahead, Christian.
I think because the vaccine doesn't make COVID disappear.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't make COVID disappear. Supposedly, it only helps to get less symptoms or something like that. So now they're starting to vaccinate people from 12 years up. How does that make you feel? What do you think about that? All of you are 12 years old and older. So how do you feel about getting vaccinated?
I already got vaccinated and it feels fine. I feel safe that I won't, or it won't be really hard to get COVID.
Good one, Diego. Who else is already vaccinated? Perfect. How do you feel about that? That you got vaccinated? How does that make you feel?
I don't have like a problem, but I feel normally. They say, "Are you going to get vaccinated?" And I say yes. I don't have like a problem to get vaccinated, so I don't have like a really opinion about vaccinate 12 years old.
Okay. What about the rest of you? Did you have any friends or family telling you, no, don't get vaccinated, they're gonna put a chip in your arm and the government is gonna follow you? You heard that? No, some of you did. Diego says yes. Daniela, talk to me.
I think that's the reason, because I think that's the reason why the people don't want to get vaccinated, because they are people that post things on internet saying a lot of crazy things and lies about vaccine.
Probably saw too many movies about zombies because of a vaccine or something.
Talk to me, Daniela. What was your experience?
My dad told me that don't get the vaccine because I'm going to get arrested and something like that. Then they're going to control my mind that I'm going to kill him, something like that.
Too many movies. Yeah, a lot of people were scared that the vaccine had some kind of substance that was going to let the government track you and know where you are. But people, that's not the vaccine. That's your phone. Everybody can track you with your phone. Your phone has a lot of information about you. So you should be scared of your phone, actually. Okay, so that's one issue. And another issue we need to talk about is the issue of abortion. And then I'm going to let each one of you have your turn telling me what issue you chose. Abortion is a huge issue. And even in the countries where it's legal to just go and get an abortion, it's still a huge problem because there are a lot of groups that feel that you should never get an abortion no matter what. And I understand, I completely understand. But a lot of times we're just looking at abortion as killing babies, in which it is. It is killing babies and it's wrong. But I also think that what's really, really wrong is when kids are living in an orphanage forever with nobody to love them, nobody to take care of them. And then when they get to 18, they're kicked out of the orphanage onto the street, like, okay, go live. I think that's also really, really wrong. And what's also wrong is kids having to go to sleep without any food or sleeping under a bridge or inside a car because of poverty. So it's a very complicated issue. What's your opinion, people? What's your opinion about abortion? Do you think it's completely bad and it should be completely illegal, or there are situations in which it might be necessary? What do you think?
I think
Uh,
it's totally wrong because like if you want a baby, why you like want to abort him like it's your baby, it's your family. Why are you like take it and lose it? I think that the only persons that do that are bad people because they didn't love his son.
Mm-hmm. Somebody
I
else?
think it depends on the woman. It depends on the woman and the reason of why you're pregnant. Is a guy rape you, I don't think you should have that kid. But if you have a relation with the guy you love, then you shouldn't kill the kid.
Okay, Daniela and then Christian.
I think that that depends most on the woman because all the men and my dad tell me like you have to have that kid because you do that and that's your like your responsibility, but you're not going to help me, and the man that I deal with that it's not going to help me, so why should I have it?
Yeah.
I'm alone, so I give it I abort him like.
Okay. Christian?
I have a little question about the abortion, and it's about abortion is related to overpopulation.
Yeah.
Because I see that when you abort a kid, he doesn't. I know you can understand me, but I just want I just wanted to know if the abortion is related to overpopulation. I don't have an opinion.
Okay, so your question is if abortion is related to overpopulation? Probably. Probably. I mean, there are some countries in which you can only have one child. And if you have more than one, you need to get rid of it. So probably, but I also think the big issue that a lot of people, and I really love all of your opinions, I think it's great. One of the big issues that people are not taking into consideration is when these kids end up living in an orphanage. They end up living in an orphanage, and orphanages are horrible places. We might think they're wonderful because they look like that on the outside, but the amount of trauma that happens inside an orphanage is nothing that any one of you would ever want to go through. So then, if we're going to be against abortion, I think we should also, everybody who's against abortion should go and adopt a kid. Yes, John, Luigi, I think you opened your mic. You wanted to say something?
I think that if you are not prepared for that, you should make the abortion is illegal cases like rape and stuff like that. For example, if you don't have the money to buy food for that kid, I think that the most reasonable thing is abort it because you're getting a child to the world to suffer basically.
Yeah. Yeah. When it comes to this issue of abortion, I think we all have to just open up our minds a little bit and not only see it like it's murder, it's wrong, but contemplate different possibilities and different solutions. Because give me a moment, Francisco, because we're going to tell these girls don't abort. And okay, good. but then they have this baby, are you going to help with the baby? Then if you're going to say no abortion, then there has to be a system that helps these people with these babies. Go ahead, Francisco. What did you want to say?
Teacher, I think that there are some times that the contraceptive methods don't do they work, and if you don't have the money to pay for that baby, I think that the abortion is like a way more more I I think that the abortion is another way, because if you will have a baby and you don't have the money, that baby will be in a world that
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
Also,
okay.
you don't have the age for having a baby.
Mm,
You're too young. I've seen news about girls that are like 12 and they're
11.
pregnant.
Mm,
They are raped.
mhm. Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's true. So people, we have to contemplate all the possibilities and not just say like, oh, this is wrong. You got to listen to the stories and see that some stories are, different, and go story by story instead of just generalizing. But there's something that I do agree with, and I think two of the girls mentioned it, or one, I don't remember. I think Daniela mentioned it, and it's that it's really up to the woman, and no man that cannot get pregnant should be having an opinion about abortion. I'm sorry. I mean, can you get pregnant? No. Will you get pregnant if you get raped? No. I don't think you should be saying anything about abortion, because a lot of times society wants to say exactly how a woman should behave in every situation, as if the woman is the only one that got pregnant by herself. So, this idea that men should be dictating what women do with their bodies is kind of wrong, because it's just wrong. Okay, so we're going to start at the top of my screen. Tell me what year it's going to be, which social issue you chose, and how do you think it will be solved. At the top of my screen, I have Daniel, Francisco, and Daniela. Let's start, Daniel. Let's go.
Well, teacher, when I am going to have 20 years old, 6 years, 2027, I choose vaccine, and I say that the vaccine is going to have a solution, because I think that the OMS, I don't know, organization
Organization, in English is WHO.
that
WHO, World Health Organization.
World Health Organization is going to put the vaccine if you don't want, I don't know, or something like that.
They're going to
think
drop it in
that's-
your orange juice. Okay,
They're
good one.
going to put it in chichen.
Okay, vaccine in the chicheme. Okay, that's a good one. Don't be giving people ideas. Francisco, let's go. Talk to me.
well, teacher, it will be 2027 when I will be 20 years old. And I think that the racism can be solved by putting a little, but not a little, like putting penalties to the people that report Black people without reason.
Well, in Panama, that's not a huge problem. If they don't report you for doing foolishness, that's more in the States. Those people over there are crazy. But the racism in Panama shows up differently. But you say that they should just, put a penalty on them, like charge them $1,000 every time they're racist.
Yeah, but every time that the situation repeat in the same people, add like $20 more to the penalty. Yeah, I think that's the way that it can
Okay.
go.
That's an interesting way to solve a problem. Let's go, Daniela, and then I have Diego, Tomás Carvajal, Sean Foster, and Diego Lopez. Go ahead, Daniela.
So when I'm 20, there's going to be 2027, and I chose the LGBTQ adoption because the people say too much like that's going to make them gay, that's wrong, and things that they doesn't really have like a point of view that does make sense really, because if I'm with a girl, an example, and the kid that I adopt has 2 moms, there's not going to do anything because I can have a mom and a dad, and not going to be like them. I can be lesbian, and if I adopt a kid, that doesn't mean that the baby is going to be lesbian or something like that. I know people that have a girlfriend and only like girls or only like boys and have 2 moms or 2 dads. So
Yeah, that's a great point. And it all comes back to the whole abortion issue because there is an excess of children without parents. Orphanages around the world are full. So, if you really care about the kids, you got to be able to find homes for them. Okay, good one, Daniela. So we have the other Diego.
Well, when I am 20, it was to be 2028. I choose like the government corruption. I think that is more a problem here in like American countries because there are corrupt presidents. All the people like are they stealing the money or not helping the society, and that's so bad because if you want to be president and you really want to help all the people, you have to make it, nor be standing like no saying laws and laws and laws and do not do anything. And that is a big problem, and not only in Panama, like all countries, many of the countries. And I think that in later years it will change it
Okay.
because yeah.
Yeah, that's good, Diego. The word is society. Society, people, society. Don't be inventing words. Like there was this girl who sent me an audio yesterday and she said adults instead of adults. No, don't be inventing words. The word is adults and society. Okay, Carvajal, let's go.
The year when I will be 20, it will be 2026. And the problem that I chose is transportation. I think in 2026, the countries will have developed and advanced to a point where the problem of transportation can be fixed. Obviously, underdeveloped countries will still have the problem because of all the problems they already have, like war and, just economics. But yeah.
Mm, good. Yeah, transportation is a huge issue. That's true. And it's actually easy to solve. I don't understand why nobody has figured it out. Let's go, Sean.
And I'm going to be 20 in 2027. I chose gender inequality or gender identity because I think that it's a problem that we are trying to solve right now, and people is realizing that it does not depend on the gender. And also, I think that there is still people that think that girls are less than boys, but I think that it's a problem that will be solved when I'm 20 years old.
Okay. But how are they going to solve it, Sean? Okay, because the thing we need to figure out if you haven't noticed, you are the adults that are going to have to solve these problems. You are the ones that are going to be in politics. You're going to be the professionals, the YouTubers, the doctors, the architects, the influencers, the gamers, the police officers. It's going to be you. So these are problems that you're going to have to solve. Diego Lopez, and then after Diego Lopez, we have Emily, who's, there she is, Alondra, Casey, and Nicole. Go ahead, Diego Lopez.
When I'm gonna be 20 will be 2026, and the topic I choose is LGBTQ adoption rights. I think it's gonna be solved when I'm 20 because there is a lot of people that are already fighting for it, and I don't see the really problem with adopting kids if you're lesbian, gay, bisexual, transsexual, because they're still having dads or moms, because there are kids that doesn't have them, and it relates to the adoption thing and the abortion thing. And yeah, I think it shouldn't be a problem. And there are a lot of people that are really really close to me. They really want a kid, but they can't because government doesn't want to and the society doesn't want to. But yeah, I think it's gonna be solved in 2026.
Great one, Diego. People, society, society. Don't open your mic, but repeat it. Society, 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 society. Woo! Not society. Society does not exist. I don't live there. Society, society. Everybody got that? I'm going to charge you $1 if you say society, any of you. Okay, let's go, Emily Valencia.
When I will have 20 years.
Emily, I mean, your head is beautiful, but I would like to see your face. Yeah, huge difference. Oh my goodness.
I will have 20 years in the 1998.
What? 1998? Are you going back in time?
1998.
Emily, 1998 already happened a long time ago. When are you going to be 20 years old? How old are you, Emily?
2028. Sorry.
Thank you.
The version is a very complicated issue, but I think that in 7 years will be approved. Now, I think that in some countries it's legally. So in 7 years, I think the version will be legal in more countries.
Okay. So you think that when they make abortion legal, it's going to solve the problem? Okay. Sounds good. Alondra, talk to me.
Okay, when I'm 20 years old, the year it was 2029, and the issues that I choose is climate change. So we can have 10 things that we can do it for save or solve the climate change, like urge government to take a plan ambitious climate action now, and use energy whistle and save money too. We can get change of renewables. We can eat for a climate stable planet. We can start a climate conversation that can to people about climate change in ways that can keep people open his minds. And we can have a green community, consume less waste, less enjoy life more. We can invest in renewables and divest from fossils. And we can mobilize for our local climate and actions. And we can political activity and vote.
Okay. So climate change. Okay, climate change. Very good. Casey Rivera, let's go.
Okay. When I am 20 years old, it will be in the year 2028. I believe that government corruption could be solved by introducing transparency in public procurement. getting dirty money out of politics, and strengthening judicial independence.
Okay, yeah, those are some big words. Procurement, you said that correctly. Strengthening, that's also correct. Judicial, correct. Yeah, I saw a video that I really don't follow any political party, but I was scrolling through my social media and I saw a video of the people of a certain political party, like cinco años más, cinco años más, cinco años más. That was so cute. And everybody was angry at them because of what they were doing. So, yeah. Nicole, and after Nicole, we have Christian, Gianluigi, Marcela, Owen, and Denise. Go ahead, Nicole.
I'll be 20 in 2028. I chose vaccine. I don't think it will solve, like some people are really strong opinionated, so it won't be solved, but we can force them, just like Daniel's. I mean, maybe not do it secretly, like how he said, like chicheme, but maybe like putting them to jail if they don't get vaccinated against their will, basically.
Oh my goodness. It sounds like some kind of mafia thing. Okay, Nicole, that was a good one. Christian?
I pick, I am 2027. I pick climate change because it's related to contamination on the planet. So I feel that it will be the best not to contaminate it, but that depends on the entire population. I have seen movies where through technology the planet's climate exceeds it, and something that I don't believe too much in it. But in order, my solution will be to put observers in every country, so the country that contaminates the most will have a penalty. But that can bring a war, the most probably, because the three countries who contaminate the most are United States, India, and China. Although there's crazy people that now think that because of the climate change, there's a big organization called the Bears Doesn't Exist. It's called like that. I don't know if you
No, but I'm gonna Google it.
those people say that the bears doesn't exist because they are affecting the climate change, something like that, and it's crazy. But that will be my solution.
Okay. Yeah, I also saw them use technology to create rain. I think it was in some country that they flew this thing that did something to the clouds, and then the clouds started producing water and it rained. So, yeah, good one. John, go ahead.
I chose overpopulation. When on 2026 I'm gonna be 20. It's not gonna be fixed at all, but this situation could go as better. We lost that, for example, in China, people can only have one child per couple, and start doing that things and that laws on overpopulated countries as India also. I think the main problem of overpopulation is that these are related with multinational companies that exploit their workers, and the people doesn't care because it's hard for them to get a job with overpopulation, and they accept everything. They are going to sleep 1 hour, or if they are going to have a bad pay for it.
Okay. Yeah, overpopulation is a huge issue. Marcela.
Okay, I choose gender identity. At the year I were 20 years old, it would be 2028. And I think that it will solve like because kids of 8 years old maybe could say that they are boys, and then they could say that they are girls. And I think that it's like a problem that could solve it, because if the parents could pay attention of them, and because of the social media. Because if they saw that a boy say that he's girl, it would say like it's normal, and that's why they say it. And if parents could pay more attention to the kids and talk to them, these problems could solve it.
Yeah, that's a great one. I saw a documentary on YouTube about some kids who had decided to change their gender when they were like 8, 9, 10, and then they got to become teenagers and they wanted to get their gender back. And it's a huge mess because you can't go back. So why is an 8-year-old making that kind of decisions? Anyway, let's go, Owen.
Okay, I'm going to be 20 years old in 6 years, and I'm going to talk about smoking. I don't think it will be resolved in 6 years, because if we have not done it in more than a decade, I don't think we will solve it in 6 years. But I think we can find a way of to replace it, with something that could not affect our lungs to the limit of killing us.
Okay. So like chewing gum? Good one. Denise.
I choose present. When I will be 20, it will be 2028. I think that vaccines could have already been solved, not complete, but possible there are not so many people who are going to be arrested.
What was your issue? Denise? Hello? What issue did you choose?
Racist.
Racism. Okay. Racism. Okay. Good stuff, people. Okay, one more time. Your spelling assignment, ladies and gentlemen. Your spelling assignment. You gotta watch the video. The assignment is to say the word, spell the word, say the word. Those who turned it in on time, wrong, you got the chance to do it again. But the deadline is today, I think. So if you sent it, because I checked yesterday and whatever was there, those who were not done correctly, you got to do it again. If you sent it today, sorry, and you did not do say the word, spell the word, say the word, you got a 2. So you still have a chance to send it again, send it twice, it doesn't matter. No, that's one thing. Also, the writing assignment, people follow the example. Follow the example in the writing assignment if you're in my class. And the oral skills assignment is quite simple. Do it. Pronounce each word properly, please. Write it out. Read it. Google it to see if you're pronouncing properly. Pronounce your words properly. This is a 3rd trimester, people. We cannot continue making mistakes. And also remember that the TH is not optional. So I don't want to hear, thank you, teacher. You don't thank me, you thank me. Okay? Pay attention to all of those little details. And I also do not want to hear stop, skip, skill. I don't want to hear none of that because this is the 3rd trimester. Speak properly. This trimester is going to be I'm going to be really harsh with your grades. So I'm removing points left and right for anything that sounds like Spanglish. Speak properly. Okay? Okay, people, so this has been fun. See you next time. Bye-bye.